I'm Aaron Little, and this is Performance Edge. And first off, the reason this channel exists, the reason I have a YouTube presence, even though I don't put out enough videos, I know I'm working on it. But the reason this exists is because several years ago, my dear friend, my brother, James Yeager, pushed, encouraged, shoved me into making this channel. And this morning, I get up, I go look at Facebook, and I discover that YouTube has banned James's channel. A channel that's been in existence for several years, a channel that James has put out so many instructional, free of charge videos, and now all of that is gone. So James has asked that people create a video to put on their channels, entitle it Unban James Yeager. This is that video. But I want to talk about something a little more than that. YouTube banning a channel. Yes, in the end, that's what happened. They banned his channel. They have a policy. You get X number of strikes. I think it's 3, and your channel's gone. And that's what happened. And there's an outrage. Why did YouTube do this? Well, YouTube did this because of the 3 strikes. Well, where do those 3 strikes come from? YouTube, I don't believe, was out looking for content to strike against. I think I'm sure they do that sometimes with copyright infringement. But in regards to James's content, the problem came from, the strikes came from, the complaints came from, not from anti-Second Amendment people, anti-gun people, progressive, liberal, whatever. The complaints, the strikes, came from someone wrapped up in a Gadsden flag shouting, "Don't tread on me." They came from someone with a bumper sticker on the back of their car that said, "You can have my gun when you pry it from my cold dead fingers." They came from someone who will look for every opportunity to climb up on a soapbox and shout, "My rights, my freedom, the Second Amendment." They came from cowards. They came from people who pretend to be something, who pretend that freedom and liberty matters to them, but they look for every opportunity to silence a voice that they don't like. Not that they don't like the content. They don't like the person speaking it. That's not freedom. That's not liberty. That's not the America that I want to live in. Right? It's not the America that any of us should want to live in. That's not what freedom of speech means. That's not what liberty means. That's not what freedom means. I don't have to like what you say in order to support your right to say it. So that's my problem. Yes, it's a problem that YouTube just washed their hands and banned a very successful YouTube channel. That's a problem. YouTube should fix that. YouTube has the ability, the power to fix that. But the deeper problem, the bigger problem, the problem that affects us all, regardless of the content of your channel, the problem that affects us all is the fact that there are snakes in the woodpile. Snakes, multiple, right? There are wolves in sheep's clothing, people pretending to be a part of, I don't care if you call it community, culture, whatever. There are people who are pretending to stand on the mantle of freedom and liberty that look for every opportunity to silence people they don't like. Again, that's not liberty. Benjamin Franklin said, "We must indeed all hang together, or most assuredly, we will all hang separately." This is an example of that, right? If you don't like James, that's fine. Don't like James. If you don't like what James says, that's fine. You don't have to like what he says. But the moment you say he should not be allowed to say it, you no longer stand for freedom and liberty. You no longer can wrap yourself in a Gadsden flag, and you should never, ever be allowed to say again, "Don't tread on me." I'm Aaron Little. Again, this is Performance Edge. I would love to hear your thoughts, your comments, your ideas in the space below. Yes, I'll make more videos. I promise. Look, I got a nice setup now to stand and shoot videos. Leave me thoughts about that down below too. Share this video, and maybe you should go out and make an Unban James Yeager video too, even if you don't know who that is. Even if you don't care about the contents, even if you don't care about the Second Amendment, if you care about freedom and liberty, we got to stand together, or we'll all hang separately. Thanks.